Welcome back to NewsMakers. We are with Ali Jones, Hector Matthews and Alec Neill. Just a very quick insight on the ongoing saga of the seabed and the foreshore. You may have noticed in the news in the last couple of days already there seems to be some points of difference amongst the politicians as to whether customary rights and customary title amounts to property rights. Tariana certainly thinks it does, the Prime Minister does not. What do you think, Hector?
This has always been the pull issue, hasn't it? And I guess it's the point of difference, it's the rub point between the Maori party and probably every other party, to be honest. John Key and Tariana knew this was coming, and this is, I guess this is what the question New Zealand has to answer. Because, I mean, customary rights is a bit of a loose thing, really, because we've all got customary rights. If you want to go down to Brighton and cast the line out into the sea and catch a fish, you can catch a fish. If you want to go and pull an eel out of Lake Ellesmere, you can do that. So actually every New Zealander has a customary right to go down to the local river or seaside and catch something or grab the seafood. You just got to be good enough to find it.
So is this going to just go on and on and on?
Oh, no, look, at some point in time we'll have to find a resolution, and people on either side of the discussion will have to compromise at some point. Otherwise we'll just go arguing the toss forever and ever, won't we? Shane
Jones reckons the Maori Party is drumming up expectations. Are a lot of your supporters going to be disappointed? Shane, one of my relations. Yeah, it's a good man, Shane. Yeah, Shane and I both come from Kaitaia. I was born in Kaitaia. He's from Oanui, a little bit further up north. Same, when we decide to admit to that. Look, I think a lot of this, from a Maori perspective, because, you know, when you see Maori people in their communities, they speak differently. I was talking to Parekura just a couple of weeks ago up north, and Maori communities have slightly different perspectives than political, when they're around their political mates. Yep. And Labour has a particular view about things, and I guess the Maori people in that party have to purport that point of view. But the fact is, and I've said this to a lot of my Pākehā friends, that if this Act didn't pass, and it didn't exist now, and life went back to what it was in, what was that, 2000 and whatever year it was, yep. This country wouldn't be any worse off. It was a stupid piece of legislation, caused a whole lot of ruckus for no good reason. No one was camping on the beaches saying, let's take over the beaches, were they, Ali?
No. You can be charged, though, for taking stuff out of places, I understand, in some parts of Lake Ellesmere, for example.
Absolutely. And I mean, but we all had to comply with the law. You know, no one was saying, Alec, stop, don't go to that bit of beach there.
The problem with the odd white baiter.
Yeah, well, that's right, but I mean, those issues, the legislation was in place to sort those issues out. Right. Now, yes, that's not to say there weren't some Māori who were saying, let's take over the world and you guys all bugger off, but actually most weren't saying that, just like there weren't lots and lots of Nazis saying kick all the Māori out and, you know, let's start again from scratch. The vast majority of people, this was a non-issue. It became an issue because Labour passed a stupid piece of legislation, now they're trying to justify it.
We will see how it shakes down. Well, the weeping wound of Edgware has been dealt to by the City Council, with the majority of councillors awarding the tender for the former pool site to the community-led campaign to build a new pool, courtesy of the very deep pockets of Mr Coffee. Councillor Nari Button sent me an interesting email this week. She voted against this tender decision, and she informs me that some city councillors during this public excluded meeting said that the community group should be given the opportunity to fail. What do you think about that, Alec?
Well, firstly, Nari should not be releasing information from within a publicly a PX meeting. It's childish. It's nair stuff.
It was very candid. To
be perfectly honest. If that is in fact true, then I think that that's terribly sad. I think it's the old Kiwi knocking machine. I think it's cynical. I think it's that tall poppy issue that we have such a problem with in this country. And it's the old let's sit back and watch them fall over and say, well, we were right at the end of it.
As a passionate supporter of this grassroots campaign, do you believe the group can absolutely guarantee to the ratepayer that they will never call on council funding for the operation of this pool in the future?
And this isn't, I'm not sidestepping this. I'm not close enough to it, all right, to be able to say 100%, okay?
That leaves the door open.
What I will say, though, is that I think that the passion shown by this group, and also I have to say the decision made by the council, regardless of what Nari Button has to say, and shame on her for voting against it, I have to say. Yes. And I'm not running for council. I think that it was a courageous decision by the council to do this, and I think that the community's got to be given a chance to show that they can do it.
Free shot time, plugs and pokes of the week. Chairman Alec, I will let you lead away.
Who deserves a bit of borax?
Look, it's Easter and we're all going for a small break, and I'm off to Otamatata tomorrow. So look, I'm just going to say thank God I'm alive and I'm healthy, and I live in a democratic country. Well, I thought I did.
And we will see Alec certainly on future appearances of this program in the capacity of a consultant who lay in the floor. If not the Mayor of Christchurch, 1 year or 2. I've got about 30 seconds. Any plugs and pokes?
Something that's really annoyed me in the last week is why is it so pitch black early in the morning? Daylight saving is 2 weeks too long. I rolled my ankle last week running upstairs, well, actually I was coming down, because it was pitch black. We should not be in 13 hours plus GMT on the 1st of April. It is dumb.
All right, there you go.
I just want to say thumbs up to Gary and Newcastle at McGurr Motors, and listen to Radio Live 3 to 6 Friday and Monday, because that's when I'm on, and we'll have the voice of Canterbury.
Ellie's nationwide on the wireless. All right, to the pick of the week. I actually snapped this shot from Australia last week. A very amusing approach to toilet signage. I feel that it could be just the design plan the North Shore City Council was looking for. Last week's question, do you support National's proposed welfare reforms? 64% yes, 36% no. The prize winner W. Henry. This week's question, do you support the decision to install politically appointed commissioners to govern Environment Canterbury? Yes or no? Email NewsMakers or vote on the web or via the post. To do so, and you'll be in to win the Whitcoulls gift card and music for Cougars. Ellie's got her early order in. By the way, Whitcoulls is hosting Kelvin Cruikshank at the Town Hall next Thursday. Tickets to Kelvin's event are available from any Whitcoulls store. Thank you very much to our panel, and a very happy Easter. Good night.